Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
Good morning, class. Good morning, teacher. We'll be doing a little call and response like that for a while. I have to say, I just uh, so look forward to being here. So you really do brighten you light up my life, right? Do you remember that song? Love that. Debbie Boone, ladies and gentlemen. Let me see. Are there any announcements? Um, I can't really think of any. Anyone new, welcome. Welcome to everybody. I will be mainly talking you through the class. You will be muted. I guess that's all if you need to communicate something, you can click chat and write something in the chat. Okay, friends? So, very good. So we'll begin sitting. Begin sitting. I'm going to share the screen. In a moment, we'll be chanting a bit if you are drawn to do that, to participate, or you could just listen if that's where you're at. So we take a moment to, as my teacher would say, check in. Sometimes that feels wonderful, just to stop and feel. Other times we might kind of contact things that may feel vulnerable or unsettled, and that's okay too. So we just notice, it doesn't have to be too deep, right? So just notice what's there in body and we could say mind, which would include our heart, our emotions, our thoughts. Just noticing how flighty is the attention or how steady. And then we can notice, begin to allow the breath to come into awareness, letting it appear. Like shining a spotlight on something that was maybe in the background or in darkness. We now can see it or experience it a little more clearly. And with the light of attention, something grows. And if you'd like now, you could place one hand on your lower abdomen, thumb on the navel, and your other hand somewhere on your ribs. So in the front could be sternum, mid, or upper, where you feel drawn. And just be there with a friendly gaze through your hands into witnessing and feeling the movement of breathing just for a couple of moments to tune into both the gross and subtle levels of breath and body. We're in a process of moving towards being more and more being guided by that which is subtle and from the yogic point of view, more powerful, therefore. Okay, and then rest your arms for a moment. A friendly reminder to let the back of the head float up a little bit. So the head is either level or ever so slightly. The back kind of floats up and the front sort of rains down. So there's a subtle traction, elongation of the back of the neck and the vertebrae. Okay, so let's put both hands in the low abdomen and give this a go. So we'll inhale and let both arms expand. Let's say more sideways first. Okay, so inhaling, arms expand. When you feel the exhale and the belly traveling in, come back to your hands on your low abdomen. Okay, so try that again from your breath timing. Inhaling, the arms expand sideways, somewhere around shoulder height. And when you exhale, they return to your abdomen. Okay. And then after you finish the one you're on, place both hands on that upper area A similar idea now, seeing if a higher angle is comfortable as you inhale, arms expand so the chest and the shoulders are comfortable, easeful, but more of a openness or upward reachingness. Exhale, return to the heart, drawing in the abdomen. Let's try that a couple more times, just easy. Like putting the yoke on the, yoking our body to the guidance of breathing. Good. And after you finish this or the next one, you can let that settle. And you can simply listen and repeat, or you, if it's helpful, you can look at the screen for a visual mitra, the friendly light of the sun. So what I'll do is chant this 2 times so you can hear it, and then we'll do call and response and learn it together. Please listen. Om Haram Mitraya Namaha. Om Haram Mitraya Namaha. Beautiful. Now listen and repeat. Mitraya Namaha. Together. Mitraya Namaha. Together again. Mitraya Namaha. Please listen. Om Haram. Together twice. Om Haram. Om Haram. Now listen one more time to the whole thing, and then we'll do it 2 more times together. Om Haram Mitraya Namaha. Together. Om Haram Mitraya Namaha. Om Haram Mitraya Namaha. Beautiful now. So we pause for just a moment more, and let's check in just a little bit now with our breath, breathing in and out through the nose. And we'll just acquaint ourselves or reacquaint ourselves briefly now with Ujjayi breathing, this victorious breath. Yeah, so try this. Breathe in comfortably through your nose. And then as you breathe out, open the mouth and make like a whisper, like you're fogging your glasses or a couple of times like that, real easy. Inhalation comes in through the nose, out through the mouth, hearing and feeling that whispered oceanic sound. You can try that one more time if you'd like. Now do the same thing, and halfway through the open mouth exhale, keep the sound going and close your lips. A couple times like that. Okay, now Breathe in through the mouth with the mouth open, making that sound. Exhale with that sound with the mouth closed. Just one more time. Inhale with that feeling sound. Mouth open. Exhale. Now see if you can keep the lips closed and make that sound throughout inhalation and throughout exhalation. A couple times. Immerse yourself in the feeling. Make it a little more subtle, and 2 more breaths. Feel the expansion of the chest upon the inhalation and the gentle, progressive drawing into the abdomen, low abdomen and navel on the exhalation. Very good. Okay, friends, so we keep that motor going. When you're ready, would you please come to all fours? We'll be exploring a bit of s.namaska, sun salutation, saluting the sun as a source of life, traditionally called a protector of health, right? The sun and the force from which it emerged, connecting to that. So we come to all fours, and we'll build this, but we'll go from simple to a little more elaborate. So you start with a long spine, all fours, and when you inhale, again, a sweet lifting of the sternum. What do you feel in your back? Exhale, as you exhale, bow your head and shift the hips towards the heels. Please do this a couple more times like this. Inhalation, the front of the body is opening from the breath, from intention, not through coercion, right? As you do this a couple more times, a familiar movement to many of us, focus on this feeling flow of ujjayi breathing, or sometimes we could, I think calling it ocean breathing is lovely. Okay. And the next time that you bow forward in the kneeling forward bend, pause. And we'll add to this. So from the kneeling forward bend, you can inhale and raise your arms, and you can either stay sitting on your heels or stand on your knees. Maybe you could watch Patrick for a moment if you want to. I'm going to pin his video. Yeah. So as you inhale, you're going to lift your arms and stand on your knees. Yeah. Now exhale, bend forward to where you were. Sitting the heels, the hips towards the heels, come back into kneeling forward bend. Okay, so try that one more time. Inhalation, stand on the knees, or you could stay sitting if that's better. Arms lift, beautiful. Exhale, draw in the belly. Keep the arms long unless that's a strain on the back, then bend the elbows as you bend forward. Now, when you come down into this forward bend, inhale, come into all fours again, like we just did. Inhaling, come to all fours, little arch of the back. Exhale, sit back, hips towards heels, bowing. And then again, you inhale, raise the arms, stand on your knees. And exhale, bend forward again. Okay, so like that now. Let's try that one more time, alternating. Once all fours, once on both knees. If any of it bothers you, only do the parts, my friends, that feel friendly to you. Okay. Very good. Okay. Now, can we add one more bit to this? So the next time you bend forward, stay there, kneeling forward bend. Right, taking off the shirts, we're warming up. So the next time you inhale, come to all fours, draw the toes under, and downward facing dog, if you're ready for that. Exhale, downward facing dog. Good. Say hello. And then when you inhale, reverse that, lower the knees back down, come to all fours, spine floats, arch. Exhale, sit the hips towards the heels, bowing the head, bending the elbows. And then one more time, we inhale, stand on the knees, raise the arms. That's it. Exhale, bend forward. And we'll go one more time like this, okay? So inhale, coming gradually to all fours. You've got this. Wait for the exhale, and that cues you downward facing dog. See if the breath in the body's ready to perhaps stay one breath here. Ujjayi breathing like a woven throughout on the next inhale. Your timing. Lower the knees to the floor, lift the chest. Lovely. Exhale, hips towards heels. And we'll finish by inhale, raising the arms. And exhale, just lower the arms and either sit on your heels or just lower your arms. And just, you know yourself well enough now, just come and sit for a moment. So it could be, for some people, sitting on the heels is nothing. Some people it's torture. So just sit comfortably for a moment. We just take a moment, right? A little vigorous for the beginning, like head up and down. So can we be curious for a moment, what's happening in my breath? Don't try to, so let go of Ujjayi for a moment. Let the breath happen on its own. The heart will have been stimulated some. So you just take a moment of, we could say recovery or integration. We want to stir the pot, but not let it boil over, if that makes any sense. So please come to standing when you're ready. We're going to stand, we'll come into samasthiti, or just sama meaning same or equal, even, sthiti, stable. So what is a stance for you in this moment that moves in the direction of stable? We link to the breath. As you exhale, the abdomen draws in. Okay, so now starting simply again, inhale, let's raise the arms from the front. Palms forward. This does something in the upper chest. Exhale, simply lower the arms, focus on the gradual, progressive movement of the belly in. We're going to try this. Go at your own pace now. Try this one more time. Inhalation. The arms are carried up. Exhale, the arms lower. Okay, good. Now we'll move into forward bend. So start the same way. The inhale raises the arms, length is created. Good. When exhale comes, bending forward, bend the knees, release the head and chest. Reverse now, inhale, feel the fingers long and supple, leading, rising, upward, reach. Exhale, just the arms come down. Okay, so play with that a couple more times. You know this. With your friend Ujjayi breathing, the ocean breath and sound has a kind of subtle undertow here. Beautiful. Good. Resting if or whenever needed, when the body guides us. Okay, that's it. Trust yourself. Good. Now, when you finish this one, you could pause a moment standing. And I'm going to let you, this is the pattern now. Could you do the same thing 2 more times? Stay one breath in the forward bend. 2 times, stay one breath in the forward bend. And when you stay, see if you can maintain the flow of the Ujjayi ocean breathing. Go ahead when you're ready. It's really great. Practicing in the gaze of a constant friend, unconditional friendliness. Mm-hmm. Good. Good. This will be your last one. When you finish this one, we'll pause and wait for everybody around the world to pause in standing. Beautiful. By connecting to and through myself, I'm connecting to all beings everywhere. Okay, let's explore now Virabhadrasana. We'll do a couple of movements, and then if you'd like, we can try some sound in it, okay, to kind of magnify the effect. So from your feet forward, you're going to turn out your right foot a little bit, step your left foot forward. So not too much turn out in the back foot, because you want your pelvis to be able to face forward easily. Okay, so you're in this staggered stance. And I think it would be, let's start with the hands. Your choice. You can overlap the hands on it feels like your heart center, okay, for you. Or you could do a namaste or Anjali mudra, okay? So palms together or hands overlap. So now both legs long. As you inhale, you're going to start bending the front knee and the arms open to an angle that keeps your chest open. Little pause, exhale as the abdomen draws in, we reverse that. The leg lengthens, the hands come back to the heart. So go like that again, my friends. Imagine, or maybe it's true that you're facing light, the friendly light of the sun. One more time like that. Okay, now pause. From here, same thing if you'd like, when you exhale, chanting Ram, pretty long, okay? Try it in your own timing 3 times. Inhale, opens, and we chant Ram. Go ahead, we can overlap. Ram. One more time for you. Wonderful. When that ends, take your time, but when you finish, release the gesture, step your front foot towards your back, toes more forward, pause. For a moment, set the breath free. Practicing in the light and gaze of an unconditional, loving light. We turn out now the left foot a bit, 30 to 45 degrees at the most, I'd say. Right foot forward. Each side could be a little different. And before we chant, we'll do like we did on the other side 2 or 3 times. Start with the hands at the chest, and when ready, again, inhalation opens. Focus on the chest. Pause a little bit, savor, gather in some of that prana. Exhale, active abdomen, gradual and flowing abdomen in. And continue like this 2 or 3 times. The movement of the breath is like the conductor organizing all the instruments of your body at the same time. Now, when ready, transition into the chanting 3 times. Freely your timing. Good. When you finish, take your time. When you finish, step back. What do you notice? Okay, super. Friends in yoga, how about if we do a little more vinyasa? You know, this whole practice is a vinyasa, right? It's a intelligent, hopefully, right? A special placement of things in order. But we do this thing called vinyasa flow, we could say. So Surya Namaskar. So let's, and we're doing a kneeling one. So we come back and we'll build on what we did in the beginning. So come and your feet are towards one end of your mat, facing the long expanse of your mat, if you're using that. And you're going to start either sitting on your heels, if that's comfortable, or starting standing on your knees, okay? So please come and sit on your heels or stand on your knees. If none of those are happy for you, you could start on all fours, okay? All right, so we start with the hands at the heart, if you wish. I think that'd be lovely. And we'll go through it once, and then we'll add something. So again, when the inhale comes, I feel this levity. I'm lofted, up, open. As we did before, now kneeling forward, bend forward into kneeling forward, bend. Hands come to the floor, forehead towards or on the ground. That's it. Now inhale, come to all fours gradually. Beautiful. Exhale, downward facing dog. We're going to add one more posture. Now, inhale, come either into plank or again, all fours. Do what's right for you. Inhale, plank or all fours. Exhale, back into downward facing dog. Perfect. And we remain here. Ujjayi inhalation. Ujjayi exhalation. And then inhalation, lower the knees to the floor. When the knees land, lift your chest. Nice. Exhale, shifting back, kneeling forward, bend, bowing the head into the earth, the hips into the earth. And then inhale, standing on the knees, arms help to create lift. Exhale, come back to the heart, sitting or staying standing on your knees. Okay, friends, no, I'm going to support you in resting whenever you need to, okay? So we're going to go through that one more time. If you feel you know the sequence, you can just go at your own pace, or I'm happy to talk you through this again, okay? So when ready, inhalation, expanding, standing on the knees. Feel your low belly. Exhale, draw that in. Front of the belly goes towards the back as you bend forward, kneeling forward, bend, super. Let the inhale loft you to all fours, subtle back bend, toes under. Exhale, belly in, downward facing dog. relish the reach of the heels into the ground. Let the inhale measure the unfolding of your body into plank or repeat all fours. Ah, strong. Exhale, downward facing dog. Refresh your flow of ujjayi breathing here. Inhaling, coming. Exhaling, going. And then when the inhale comes, lower the knees to the floor. Exhale, kneeling forward bend. When you inhale, fly your arms open, stand on the knees. Exhale, hands come back to the heart. Sitting on the heels or stay standing on your knees. Pause a moment. Your timing. Okay, so this is pretty vigorous, right? So we're gonna explore through a couple more times now, if you'd like, chanting on each exhalation, or maybe some of the exhalations, Haram, maybe like 3/4 length. I'll get you started, and then you're gonna go through this a couple times. So when you feel the inhale, open the arms, stand on the knees. Chant as you bend forward. Haram. Inhalation. Just keep going now. I'm going to let you continue the movements. Haram. Ram. You can stay in downward dog for a breath and chant. Ram. Ram. Beautiful. Okay, now, when you finish this round, pause a moment. We're going to go one more time and just check in. Maybe you do it with the mantras or without. Maybe you pause and rest a bit if the breath becomes a little winded. So total self-regulation. I'll just freely go through some or all of this sequence in your own timing. When you finish, you're going to lie on your back. Okay, so everyone freely now. Go ahead when you're ready. Beautiful. Good. Each person will find their own completion of that. When you finish that, settle on your back, rest either with the legs long or knees bent, feet standing, and let the body just rest, right? And feel the resounding or reverberations of the sounds of the mantra. Mantra, a tool which protects the mind. Feel the liberation of prana and the flow of this life force and blood in your system. Rest in the friendly gaze of the sun. Nothing held back. Let go of ujjayi for a moment, I'd say, and just let the breath travel in response to this. A few moments of integration, assimilation. Please rest a little longer, and I'll do a very short chant for you. Om Ram Mitra Mitraya Mitraya Namaha. On an exhale, let's bring the palms over the eyes. On an exhalation, bring your palms over your eyes and rest in that soothing touch. Sometimes I find it helpful to kind of pull my hands down my face. Like I feel like I'm kind of dredging any excess tension out, and I just put my palms on the floor or flick my fingers, let it drain out. You could try that. And then when ready now, you're going to gather your legs a little closer, roll them parallel, interlace your fingers down at your low belly, if this is okay for your shoulders. Now, invert your palms. So the fingers are interlaced. Invert your palms to face towards your feet. Flex your feet. Inhale, raise your arms. Flex your feet. Bring your chin down towards the base of your throat. Full body stretch. And then exhale, bring the arms down. Let the hands stay interlaced on your low belly. Relax the legs a little bit. Now let's try this a couple more times, okay? So inhalation, arms are carried overhead, palms invert, flex the feet. Exhale, coming back down, drawing the abdomen inwards. And like that, one more time. Legs are on the floor. Yeah, so upward facing samastiti, you could call it. Okay. Very good. When you finish that, let the arms, the hands come apart. Just for a moment, let your body kind of pool open, like a body of water just flowing into the ground. Feel the sensations. Fingers and hands, feet and toes radiating into the center of the body. Okay, we're going to explore a little bit of central core. And many different cores, right? The central core, or navel, the axial core, the spine, and then the core of our being, which is indestructible. We're going to look at the central core primarily. So let's try this. Would you bring your knees to your chest? Gradual transition, please bring your knees to your chest. You're laying on your back, your knees are towards your chest, okay? And we're going to place the hands over the knees. Okay, so we'll build this in stages. So start with your knees towards your chest. So elbows bent, thighs towards the front of the belly. As you inhale, keep your hands on your knees and move the knees away from the chest. The arms are passively lengthened. Exhale, belly hollows in as you bring your knees back towards the front of your body. Please try this again. Let's say one more time. Arms can go open to the side or overhead. Keep your hands on your knees on the inhale. Yeah. Sorry, I misspoke. Okay, that was my next instruction. Sorry. All right, so let's go to the next one. So the starting place is knees to the chest, hands over the knees. Perfect. So put your right hand on your right knee, your left hand on your left knee. Yeah. Okay. Now, as you inhale, you're going to raise both feet to the ceiling, arms overhead on the floor. Good. And then as you exhale, come back to where you started. Bend the knees, let the knees receive the palms, knees to chest. Relax your lower legs. So try this a couple times. See if you can coordinate. Inhaling is unfolding arms and legs simultaneously. Exhale, they all retract towards the center. Okay, the next time, very good. The next time you bend your knees towards your chest, we'll try another step here, okay? So this next one is interesting. So listen, your arms are going to do the same thing they just did, okay? But when you inhale, you're going to have one leg go up like you just did. The foot steps down onto the floor. Inhale, one foot up towards the sky, one foot on the ground, the knee bent. Exhale, come back, knees to chest. And then you alternate. Now, the other leg goes towards the ceiling, the foot. The other leg is bent, the foot steps onto the ground. That's it. Perfect. Beautiful. Now, as you continue this Ujjayi breathing, long, smooth, let the breath slow down. As the breath is, so is the mind. Ujjayi flowing in and out if it's comfortable. Now, the next time you bring your knees in, pause a moment, and we'll take this one step farther, and if it feels stressful, then stay with what we just did, okay? So you'll do the same thing, but instead of putting the one foot on the ground with the knee bent, you can stretch that foot or that whole leg along the floor, right? So as you inhale, one foot will go to the sky like you did, and the other leg will lengthen on the ground. So you're in kind of an L shape with your legs. Exhale, draw in your belly, and come back, knees to chest. I'll say it again. So inhale now, one foot to the sky, and the back of your other leg is opening along the floor. If that's stressful for your back, then do what we did. Exhale, first draw in the belly, and then that retracts. Yes, super. Go ahead like this for a bit. Okay. After this or the next one, we'll pause. Good. And then you'll settle your feet down on the ground. Can you have both knees bent now? So both soles of the feet on the ground, my knees are bent. And bring the inner edges of your feet to touch each other, and the knees are either together or close. Take your arms now at a low angle. Let's say it could be, 45 or a little higher, just where it's comfortable. Anyway, you're just going to do a opening, kind of butterflying of the legs from the breath. Okay, so as you inhale, let your legs open an amount that feels respectful of your hips and back. So the soles of the feet will come towards facing. Now exhale, before the body moves, draw in the belly a second or two, then close the legs. Go ahead like this now. Ujjayi, inhale in the chest, not letting the belly bulge. Aha. Now exhale, focus on low belly, navel moving in, and just after that closes the legs, lower back is long. Good, I'm strong, I'm open, I'm listening to the feedback of my body, and try this again a couple more times. Mm-hmm. Okay, now the next time you open, option to stay there for 2 breaths, long, smooth ujjayi in and out. If that's stressful, then keep doing it dynamically or rest. 2 breaths here. Okay. And then the next exhale can return your legs to closing, and then you can separate your feet. And let's bring the knees one more time when you're ready to your chest. And now your option, you can do the Apanasana to and fro like we've been doing, or just rest with your knees to your chest. You could even interweave your fingers like we did before and cradle your legs, or there is a version where you hold on to your arms, wrap around your legs, and you hold on to the outside of one hand or the wrist. Just whatever is comfortable. Pause for a moment. Yeah, or behind your legs. I see some of you doing that. That's an excellent choice for some of us. And just as you rest for a moment, you could imagine some very loving, skillful person placing a beautifully scented essential oil on your third eye. This relaxes, and you smell this beautiful smell, anointing the third eye. Okay, my friends, when ready, lower your feet to the ground. And we're just going to pause there or with the legs extended for a moment. So just a moment of resting, of not doing, not having to track or create a pattern, just being. Resting under the gaze of someone who doesn't want you to be any other way than you are. Any other way than you are. Okay. If you'd like now, you could bend your legs, turn to one side, and we'll come to sitting. Okay, we're going to explore maha mudra. So the first version I would suggest, you certainly could do this sitting in a chair with the knees a little wider than your hips, or you could sit cross-legged if that's comfortable. Let's start with that. Simple sukhasana. Okay. I become aware of the grandeur of my spine, that without having to do anything, the rooting of the sitting bones, the tail is free, the ascension of the spine space of the neck and the floating head and the crown and the sky. Okay. Now we're going to turn towards your left leg, right? So I turn, it's not a huge twist. It's just like a lighthouse turning a bit from facing forward a few degrees. You're going to bring your hands to rest on your left thigh or knee. If it's comfortable, so you bring your right hand to your left knee and then place your left hand over your right hand. Now, you could remain completely vertical, but if you cannot, bring your, lengthen your arms and tilt your whole spine forward just a little bit. So your elbows are extended and you tilt your spine forward. Bring your chin in towards the base of your throat. Okay, now you're going to inhale and tilt your head up just slightly. And exhale, bow your head. Okay, try that a couple more times. Inhaling, the head tilts up, eyes are closed. Exhale, bow the head. So this is not bowing, this is not bending over. It's the spine is as long in front and back, right? So it's like a bamboo long spine. Now, the next time you exhale, bring your chin in towards the base of your throat. The chest is lifted. Lift your chest, New Yorkers. Lift your chest away from your navel. That's it. And bow the head. Now stay there and breathe. Inhaling Ujjayi. Pause after inhale. Absorb, savor. Exhale, draw in your low belly towards your spine without collapsing the chest. There we go. Inhale the chest, a feeling of arching in the mid and upper back a little bit. Keep the chin down. Pause. Exhale, Ujjayi. Flowing exhale. Belly draws in. Stay one or two more breaths like that. Okay. After your next exhale, release your spine back to vertical and rotate the lighthouse back to center. Rest now. Arms can rest in your lap or on your legs. Close your eyes and be with the feeling for a moment. Okay, friends. So we're going to go to the other side. Those of you who know this, you can just move there. I want to just show people a little bit, if you want to look for a moment, that whether you're cross-legged or sitting in a chair, the arms are extended, right? And the spine is extended. Look at me, Mr. New York. I'm trying to avoid saying people's names. So the spine is not rounded forward. The spine, the chest is lifted. I'm at an angle. My arms are long, right? See, let me show you my head like this. So I'm not twisted either, South Minneapolis. So we're here, long arms. If that's stressful, then be here, but not turning your head farther than your chest. Your nose and your sternum are aligned with your navel. Okay, so let's try the other side. So bringing your left hand to your right knee, place your right hand over your left hand. Elbows are extended. Slide your fingers a little bit towards the top of your shins. Close your eyes. Tilt your spine forward at an angle, like, leaning Tower of Pisa. Keep your elbows extended. That's it. Now, as you inhale, float the head up. Tilt the head up. As you exhale and bow your head, don't collapse your chest, but draw in your abdomen. Please try this again a couple more times. Your nose is oriented towards your hands. Inhale, lift the chest. That's it. And the head. Exhale, will bow your head. The chin is folding in towards where your bow tie would be. One more time like that. Very good, New York. Yes. Now, bow the head and stay there. Eyes are closed, face is relaxed. Inhaling, chest expands in all directions. Pause, hold for 2 or 3 seconds. Exhale, drawing the low belly from pubis to navel. A little pause after exhale. Continue now, Ujjayi. Pausing after each phase of the breath. Yes. One more breath. So beautiful. That is it. When you're ready now, you let the spine find vertical and letting the spine turn and find center. You rest with the arms and feel and be. Feel the radiance resting in the gaze of an unconditional friendliness. Maha mudra, the great seal, the great posture. May I be more and more like the sun. Relieve the back now because it's very demanding, this posture. We could try now, just stay cross-legged, you either the way you are. I think this keep the same crossing. When you exhale, put your hands on the floor and just bend forward a modest amount, probably not your deepest, could be quite small. And then let the inhale rebound you to sitting, just kind of asking, how is that, right? And then do that a couple more times. Hands can support on the floor if you need to modulate. Bowing. Inhale, floating back to center. Just like that. Go ahead again like that. Mm-hmm. Okay, and then one more time, you can bend forward and stay a couple of breaths. Am I stable? Am I comfortable? Hmm. Hmm. So letting the head bow towards the earth. And then after this or another breath, let the inhale carry you back to center. Then your choice, you could try crossing your legs the other way, unless this is stressful to you. And go forward again and stay a couple of breaths in the other crossing. Again, if that hurts in any way, stay with what's comfortable. Okay? So exhale, bend forward. Okay, friends? Yeah, no rush, but after about the same number of breaths on this side, you'll let an inhalation carry you back to center. And we're going to extend the legs in front. Just for a moment, just to unwind the, knee joints. And I'm getting a sense for many people it would be good to lay down for just a minute. Okay, so you can remain seated and just breathing here or do seated forward bend. You could do Paschimottanasana, seated forward bend, dynamically and statically, if you know that, or lie on your back. Lie on your back. Rest for a moment in simple Shavasana. Legs can be bent or extended. Again, we take a moment to go from activity to receptivity. Okay, we'll bring the ends of the thumbs to touch the ends. Actually, we could try, let's try a mudra today. And this is optional. You can bring your thumbs to connect to the ends of your middle fingers. Your arms are laying on the floor, back of the hands on the ground. If you'd like, connect the thumbs to the middle fingers for 2 or 3 breaths and feeling the 2 points of contact of equal attention to left and right, body breathing. And then you could release the mudra of the fingers, feeling the global sensation of your body. Resting in the friendly light of the sun. Now, you could do this with the soft ujjayi or just regular natural breath. As you breathe in, as if you're breathing in this friendly, unconditional love light of the sun into your heart. And exhale, it spreads through your body. A few times, inhaling, I receive this light, this friendly, unconditional love light of the sun. Pause and savor, be with it. Exhale, it naturally finds its way through your body, spreading. Pause and let it become part of you. Continue like that for 2 or 3 more times. And then after this round of breathing, let that be and let yourself bask in this for a moment. I'll chant one line from the traditional s.namaska mantra. Om Param Udyam Nadya Mitra Maha. May I become more and more like the light of the sun. Okay, friends, to transition, a gradual bending of the knees, bring the knees to the chest. Just because we were sitting with the legs kind of bent and still for a while, let's just do a few alternations from Apanasana. So bring your knees towards your chest, your hands over your knees. As you inhale, extend your feet to the sky, your arms overhead or out to the side. Exhale, return, bending hands to knees, knees to chest. Alternate like this 3 or 4 times. Please try this a couple times with the feet apart. Feet's not wide legs, but just like 3 or 4 inches. So the legs each organize themselves independently. Feet to the sky. Okay. Very good. All right. When you feel that's a good transition for you, please roll to your side and we'll sit and do a short chant. For our chant, you could do this mudra where you connect your thumbs to the both the middle and ring fingers. Middle and ring fingers. Rest your hands on your legs. Float the sternum naturally away from your navel. Close your eyes. 2 rounds of ocean breathing, Ujjayi. Now please listen and repeat. Om Ram. Together. Om Ram. Again together. Om Ram. Listen. Mitraya namaha. Together twice. Mitraya namaha. Mitraya namaha. Listen once now to the whole chant. Om Haram Mitraya namaha. Together. Om Haram Mitraya namaha. One more time, strongly, eyes open. Om Haram Mitraya namaha. Okay, thank you, people, you shining beings. Many thanks. As usual, I welcome your comments, your questions, your suggestions, your experiences. You can email me. I'm going to carry on today, so lots of love. Take care, and we'll be in touch. Hope to see you soon. Bye, everybody.
Did you get my question on the chat, Kevin?
Oh yeah, Marjorie. So it's not really. It's a little twist. What I was trying to show here. Let me do this. Oh, you see all my chanting notes. So all right. Well, okay, you get the idea. Let me just. This is why I'm not running around this demonstrating. All right. So I'm center, right?
I can hear you. Yeah.
Right. And so it's really just this. So there, yes, there's rotation. You're right. But it's not a seated twist where the chest goes farther than the pelvis and the head goes farther than the ribs. It's like the nose and the navel turn. You know, it's not quite, but I'm here. Is that what you were doing?
Yeah, except my opposite hip gets tightened. And I'm wondering about the position of my pelvis. That's what I was questioning, if I should be letting that, you're going to your left, if my right hip should relax down.
Well, both sitting bones should be on the equal.
Yeah, they're both sitting bones are on the floor, but there's this, like, there's a little bit of a holding there.
No, this is a modification of this.
Uh-huh.
So, you know, I found in some ways the modifications have their own challenges, you know. So this was I didn't want to get into all, you know, some people hamstrings, you know, this sort of thing is difficult for some people.
Mm-hmm.
So you could, I mean, I think your hamstrings are such that you could just do this, and this might actually be,
Yeah.
I think the bones kind of sit more easy, but if one is doing this, you can also do it like very mildly. You know, just turn a little bit, elbows bent, vertical spine, you know, because the minute we start doing this and it brings the spine forward, the extensors are activated the whole time, right?
Yeah.
So it's demanding. And so maybe less of it, maybe just like a slight tilt so this doesn't have to counterbalance so much.
Well, I can let go of it if I'm aware of it. It's not like I can't do it. So you're saying it should not be grip. There shouldn't be a contraction there. Not really. Yeah.
I wouldn't say gripping. I mean, there might be some activity. There's probably something got a counter, right?
Right.
I mean, that's an interesting question.
Because if I can relax it, just the weight of the pelvis can counteract. But it's not an active holding it down. Yeah.
I wouldn't say. Maybe a little, you know, like, what do you do, like a stake for a tent?
A guy wire. Boop.